Everyone who's ever watched The Big Bang Theory knows that every time Sheldon Cooper, Jim Parsons, enters a dwelling, he has to knock on the door exactly 3 times, sort of like a very particular vampire. But why does he do this, and how did the writers come up with it? In Jessica Radloff's 2022 book The Big Bang Theory, the definitive, inside story of the epic hit series, some of the writers and performers who worked on The Big Bang Theory explained the origin of Sheldon's 3-knock system, which boils down to this: it started as an innocuous thought by writer and producer Lee Aronson, who just thought it was funny, but in season 10 of the show, Sheldon tells Penny, Kaylee Cuoco, the real reason behind the triple knock. As Sheldon reveals, he walked in on his father with a woman who was not his mother when he was 13, and now he's afraid to knock only once. The first is traditional, but 2 and 3 are for people to get their pants on, Sheldon explains to Penny. We weren't looking for an opportunity to justify that behavior, but it came up really organically in the room, where he's talking to Penny and he says this is why I knock 3 times, writer and co-executive producer Tara Hernandez told Radloff. She continued, it scared a lot of people because something that was played off as really silly and a joke was actually rooted in something that was kind of traumatic for Sheldon. Moments like that are kind of scary, are always my favorite in a writer's room because people are going to react very strongly. We talked about it a lot, but ultimately we trusted that it felt real for Sheldon, so it should go in the show, whether or not that brought up complicated feelings for people or not. Kaylee Cuoco also reveals in the book that she had her own interpretation of what the knocks meant, and it had to do with Penny's elusive, never revealed maiden name. The character doesn't get a last name until she marries Johnny Galecki's Leonard Hofstadter, and it was all thanks to one fan's comment. I think it was a fan who once said to me, wouldn't it be funny if your name was Penny Penny Penny, and Sheldon knew the whole time and then everyone just started doing the knock and then later he was like, I knew that was your last name. Cute idea. But the show went with a slightly darker interpretation, as Lee Aronson told Jessica Radloff in the book. Sheldon's 3-knock system was just a funny little bit he came up with, and he never knew it would take on a life of its own. It was just one of those things where the stage direction was Sheldon knocks on the door, Penny answers. And I just said, what if he does this? Aronson recalled. And I demonstrated that instead of 1 knock and Penny opens the door, it was 3 knocks. It showed Sheldon's obsessive compulsiveness. Aronson explained, people like that like patterns and structure, so we had some fun with Sheldon once that got established. There was one time he knocked.